Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Rockford police investigate the death of a 47-year-old woman. She was found on 11th Street. What we know so far.
Rockford's mayor announces more resources to lower the city's violent crime. The effort focuses on both response and prevention.
Plus, the late matriarch of the Rockford Speedway is remembered. Local charitable organizations she cared about benefit from her generosity. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Rockford police investigate a woman's death.
Officers say someone found her on 11th Street, just south of Bypass 20. Our crew saw police on the scene at the Hotel Weston. Police haven't released much information. They say the woman is 47. No word on what caused her death. We'll update you when we get more information.
The owner of a Rockford restaurant finds himself in trouble with the law. 48-year-old James Purifoy was arrested last Thursday. He's charged with fleeing to elude and driving on a suspended license. According to court records, the truck Purifoy was driving was picked up on a license plate reader. The license plate registration was reportedly suspended. Police say he sped away when an officer tried to pull him over. The officer followed but gave up the chase when speeds reached near 70 miles per hour. Purifoy was later found at his Denwood Drive home. The truck was found a block away. James Purifoy owns 15th and Chris on 15th Avenue in Rockford. In January, the restaurant went up in flames. Purifoy claimed 3 men attacked him, leaving him unconscious inside as they set the fire. He woke up and drove away from the scene. He was badly burned and spent time in the hospital. Investigators ruled the fire an arson. No one has been charged.
Police arrest a Rockford man who's accused of dealing meth. 34-year-old Zachary Sanders faces various drug and weapons charges. Police say Sanders was the passenger in a vehicle near Bell School Road and East State Street Wednesday. According to investigators, he had several outstanding warrants. Officers report they found him with meth, cocaine, Xanax, and a loaded gun. Sanders has a long list of convictions in the Winnebago County court system, including burglary, attempted burglary, and illegal use of firearms. He is in the Winnebago County Jail without bond. Another Rockford man's put in jail accused of having a stolen gun. 23-year-old Patrick McGee is charged with various weapons offenses. Last night, Rockford police pulled over a car on Auburn Street. The driver, identified as McGee, was taken into custody on outstanding warrants. During their investigation, police say they discovered a loaded handgun on him that was reported stolen out of Rockford. He is in the Winnebago County Jail, also without bond.
The Illinois Attorney General and his counterparts in 17 other states and Washington, D.C. are urging the federal government to recall millions of Kias and Hyundais. They're concerned the vehicles are too easy to steal. Some models don't have a feature that prevents the engine from starting unless a key is present. Videos on TikTok show how easy it is to take the cars with a screwdriver and USB cable. Hyundai and Kia announced in February they would provide software updates for vehicles that require the key to be in the ignition switch to turn the cars on. Kia says its cars comply with federal safety standards, so a recall isn't necessary. Hyundai said its vehicles also follow federal anti-theft requirements.
Rockford Mayor Tom McNamara discusses new funds coming to protect people living in the Forest City. Get Connected 815 received around $400,000. The money is coming from the Greater Illinois Reimagine Violence Prevention Services grant. Group members will focus on helping people who are at a higher risk of being involved in gun violence. Mayor McNamara says the organization will have teams go to every single shooting in the city as a way to stop the cycle.
Some of those reasons include, number one, just to triage what's taking place. Number two, they want to interrupt that second act of violence. We know much of the violence that's taking place in our community and across the country is that retaliatory violence that takes place. And so they're going to go in and help mediate and build relationships, work with those individuals, and they're going to also address the trauma that those individuals have been impacted by.
For more information on Get Connected 815, check out this story at mystateline.com.
The Winnebago County Criminal Justice Coordinating Council holds a symposium focused on helping the community. Justice That Heals took place today at the Radisson Hotel on South Bell School Road. Over 200 people were there with representation from government agencies, law enforcement, circuit court judges, human service providers, and attorneys. Topics included targeting interventions by risk, need, and responsivity, effects of trauma on the workforce, and managing stress for criminal justice professionals. Those in attendance say they learned a lot from the topics shared.
For one thing, collectively, we're all receiving some very valuable information that we can carry forward in each of our respective roles and responsibilities. And I think it will help us collaborate better, identify areas where we are doing well as areas where we can improve. And as I said, work together collectively as a system and community to enhance public safety.
CJCC was formed in 2018. The council works to improve and establish policies that are research-based, technologically advanced, effective, and work to break the cycle of crime. The Rockford Speedway's final lap begins this weekend. The Deary family selling the track and nearby land after longtime owner Jody Deary passed away last year at the age of 97.
Today, Mrs. Deary's kids honored her final wishes at Forest Hills Lodge. Nikel Delgado was there. Nikel?
Yeah, Eric and Mimi, I'm told they wanted to honor Jody in the best way possible by doing everything the way she would do it.
This is definitely Jody Deary's style. Rather than sending a check in the mail, she would make an event out of it and have people come and have food and name tags and all the things that she was about.
Giving back the way Jody Deary would have wanted.
The number of boards she sat on and influenced over the years, everything from the Metro Center board to the Catholic Women's League to Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. She was just in so many different things.
Friday, the former Speedway owner's sons completed one of her last wishes, handing out financial gifts to 18 local organizations she loved.
Years that go through the program, we do want to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to Jody and in the generous gift. Today's gift, that is just a small seed of what Jody has already given.
Each group got a $20,000 check.
My heart is full of gratefulness for her believing in the American Cancer Society's mission, supporting us at the earliest stages, so we can now confidently say for the first time we are seeing a decline in mortality rates to cancer.
Tom Deary says they're happy to see the lives Jody touched over the years.
Jody was an incredible entrepreneur, very clever and a recognized promoter. So for this to be part of all this happening at the same time is very bittersweet. She knew that this day would come.
And as the final season at the Speedway gets underway, the family plans to go out with a bang.
Jody, my mother, my boss for many years. It's very sad that she obviously left the earth, and she went out in style at 97 years old, and she was here working tirelessly till 9, 10 o'clock. It is a very sad moment, but we are very proud of what's happened here for the last 76 years. So I just want to preface with that. It's a sad day, but in reality, it's a celebration. We've had 76 years of family entertainment on this real estate.
I also learned today crews will begin tearing down the Forest Hill Lodge in July. This is the beginning of a new development happening there. Then after the racing season, the family and the community will officially say goodbye to the track. Eric, Mimi?
Lots of big changes. All right, thanks, Nikel.
A bipartisan group of lawmakers pushes for answers surrounding the decades-old mystery behind UFOs.
Coming up, a top Pentagon UFO chief says they're currently tracking over 650 cases of unidentified aerial phenomenon.
And a Rockford tradition continues honoring creative people in our community. Coming up at 6, we preview a Hall of Fame ceremony focused on fine arts.
And temperatures are much colder for the afternoon today than where we were yesterday. Another drop is expected tomorrow with some rain and snow mixed in. We eventually warm up next week. I'll let you know how much coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
This week, lawmakers heard from the head of the Pentagon office tasked with investigating UFO sightings, which the government now calls UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Washington correspondent Alexander Limon reports on what that office thinks the unidentified objects could be.
It looks like an aircraft because it actually turns out to be an aircraft.
Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick runs the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office known as AARO, a unit within the Pentagon tasked with investigating unidentified aerial phenomenon.
You'll see it come through the top of the screen. There it goes.
This week, Kirkpatrick shared newly released video with a Senate committee. He said this object spotted over the Middle East in 2022 remains unidentified.
This is essentially all of the data we have associated with this event.
Kirkpatrick said most unidentified objects are eventually identified as drones or other known objects, but a small percentage aren't resolved.
Kirkpatrick told lawmakers that his office can't answer decades worth of questions all at once, so it's focusing specifically on objects that may pose a threat to military pilots.
Senator Joni Ernst is concerned about where those threats come from.
Have you become aware of any Chinese or Russia technical advancements to surveil or attack U.S. interests?
They are just willing to try things and see if it works.
Kirkpatrick said he hasn't found evidence of extraterrestrial activity, but does have indications that some objects could be foreign technology.
Are there capabilities that could be employed against us in both an ISR and a weapons fashion? Absolutely.
In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
After a cloudy start to the day, the sun came out to end the work week here in Rockford.
When we come back, Jordan shows us a big cool down is on its way here still for the weekend. He's next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Yesterday's cold front brought us a quick burst of some severe weather for the afternoon, but now it's bringing much colder air into the area, and that's going to stick with us through the weekend and then even lasting a little bit longer into next week as well. That we are seeing a little bit more of the sunshine that got through during the day today. Some pockets of blue mixed in with a lot more of those clouds as that upper level system spins a little bit closer to the area. Our SkyTrack camera overlooking downtown Rockford is brought to us by Window World. Temperatures at the moment underneath those skies remain in the 50s. We fell all the way down into the 30s earlier this morning as we are now in the 50s and 40s across the board. 56 in Rockford, 54 in Rochelle, 48 in Monroe, 46 over in Galena. Those temperatures will continue to fall the rest of the evening tonight, back down into the 30s once again. 34 degrees for that overnight low. We get a little bit of that clearing that'll work its way in, allowing for those temperatures to fall a little bit quicker into the area. Tomorrow afternoon, we remain fairly cold for the afternoon as well, only reaching 45 degrees for that afternoon high. We get some rain showers with potentially a few snowflakes mixed in that'll work their way in throughout much of the day. These will be very widely scattered, however, so we're not going to be seeing very widespread rain or snow, but a couple of chances for those as we get into the afternoon. Right now, overnight tonight, we are still seeing some of that clearing, and then once we get into tomorrow, that's when we see that upper level system bringing some of those into the area. Initially, we could see some of those falling as snow and mixed in with some of that rain as temperatures remain in the upper 30s, but as temperatures warm into the 40s for the afternoon, we get a little bit more of that transition over to some rain. We are still going to be left with some very widely scattered rain showers, though, throughout much of the afternoon, lasting potentially into the early evening before we eventually clear back out. We are still remaining a little bit on the cooler side as we get into Sunday with high temperatures remaining in the 40s. A little bit cooler for the overnight tonight as a freeze warning goes into effect for Joe Davies and Stevenson County as temperatures get close to that 30-degree mark or even a little bit lower. So late tonight into the very early part of the morning tomorrow is when that goes into effect. And then the following 2 evenings, Saturday night and Sunday night, a freeze watch goes into effect for not only Joe Davies and Stevenson, but also Carroll and Whiteside counties. Some other areas could at least get close to that freezing mark, but likely not quite below to allow that warning or that watch to be issued. Remainder of the weekend remaining very cold. Saturday and Sunday still in the 40s for those highs, but we start slowly climbing up as we get into the middle of the week. As far as rain chances are concerned, once we get after tomorrow, we're not going to be talking about many chances for some rain this week ahead. There is a small chance as we get Monday night going into Tuesday, but after that, some high pressure works its way in, keeping many of our rain chances further off to the south and the southeast. That's going to remain the case, and we are going to remain very clear for the rest of the week, but we are slowly warming back up from the 40s where we are through the early part of the weekend, back into the 50s, and then eventually, guys, the 60s for late next week.
It is a slow climb, but it'll be worth the wait. Jordan, thanks.
Reagan's in next with sports. The Ice Hogs have a chance to take the first round series tonight in Game 2 of the Calder Cup playoffs.
And the Cubs' big win was just about perfect. She'll have those highlights next.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The Ice Hogs have the upper hand in this playoff series with the Iowa Wild, and they have a chance to advance past the first round tonight. The Hogs took down the Wild 3-2 in overtime in Game 1 Wednesday night. After playing 7 overtime games against each other in the regular season, Rockford and Iowa needed extra time to settle Game 1. Mitchell Baumas and Stephen Fogarty were the two to find the net for the Wild. Two players were to keep an eye on tonight are David Gust and Brett Sini. Both scored a goal and an assist in Game 1. The odds are definitely in favor of another overtime game, but they are in Iowa's barn tonight, and that's never easy against this team.
They're just really structured, and they have numbers back all the time, and it's hard to get on the inside against these guys. They box you out, they block a lot of pucks, and I think it's at times, they've kind of, their structure is hard to get to, so just being patient with some of the shot selection, which I think we did a good job of today. So versus quality over quantity, I guess is what it comes down to, even though I think we had 30-plus shots today. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good team over there. Like, they got some big defensemen, they got some veteran defensemen that know how to play.
David Ross and his Cubs were looking for a rebound from a bit of a gut punch last night, but his group was shown some impressive resiliency this opening month, and it continued today because those Chicago bats were hot. Seiya Suzuki gets things rolling in the first. He drills one out toward left center. That drives in a pair, and the Cubs have the lead 2-0. Now let's go to the third, and it's Trey Mancini at bat. He powers this one off the Julio Urias pitch and into the stands. It goes, his second this season, and the Cubs lead by 5. Let's go to the fifth now, where the fun really starts. Patrick Wisdom drilled left, and forget about it. That 3-run shot makes it 8-0. Then how about we add 3 more? When Nico Horner follows suit for his first of the season. 7 runs just in the 5th inning. And just the cherry on top of this day, Drew Smyly was sensational on the mound. He was lifted after 7 2/3, allowing just 1 cheap hit, striking out 10. He and the Cubs will have to settle for blanking the Dodgers in a 1-hit shutout, 13-0. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.